Hello everyone, we're into episode 8 of our Merfolk Summoner of Wu. We're still in search of our first rune. We made it to the end vault, or at least the outsides of the end vault of Spider 4. And except for Ghost Moss, which I'm a bit afraid of because we don't have C invis, I think it should be okay. In particular because we've been making really good use of the Cause Fear spell. It's very effective against spiders because they have very low MR. So basically you can get them all off you, which if you've been watching, you've seen a bunch of it. Now, before we continue, there's something that I'd like to address. So this is in response to a comment I received, and I don't particularly mean to call you out, string bats, but I'm calling you out. But I'm doing this publicly because I think this is a good teaching moment. So comments like this: in response to, or in talking about piracy in Australia, Stringbats said, it makes sense there'd be lots of pirates because Australia is, quote, surrounded by water, end quote. Now, probably not intended to be an insult, but if you're familiar with the Australian national anthem, we are not surrounded by sea. We are not surrounded by water. We are, in fact, girt by sea. And if you don't know what girt means, it's probably because you're uncultured swine, because everyone should know that girt is a simple past tense and past participle of girt. So there you have it. I mean, yeah, I'll overlook that one. You probably didn't mean it, but to see something like that really makes my blood boil. And that's not just because it's the middle of summer right now. Alright. Okay, well here we go. A bunch of spiders. We have our elect, so we're not... Why is everything highlighted? There we go. Girt by highlighting. Alright, we have our elect, so we're not too afraid of spark wasps. They're usually extremely dangerous by this time you've come into spider. We do have 5 wands of clouds. Oh, this might be one of the end vaults. It's a really big open room rather than most of the usual ones. You sort of walk around in the water and then there's another room at the end. This is, I think, one that just has all the spiders and monsters here, which actually might be a really good time to use Heavenly Storm. Well, I'm going to wait and see. We don't want to just jump into it. But we haven't used this ability at all this game, so maybe I should have a look at it. It invokes a storm of heavenly clouds, so you're surrounded by fog, which I'm not sure if this has anti-synergy with the Wand of Clouds. I'm going to assume the Wand of Clouds won't place on the storm clouds, but if you do the wand first, maybe it's okay. Not sure about that one. But how this works is you get a little counter, which is actually the amount of slaying that you have, and it can get up to ridiculous numbers. And as you perform martial attacks, your slaying builds and builds, and the storm keeps going. Eventually, oh, there you go. The heavenly clouds prevent invisibility. So we do have a scuffed form of C invis. Alright, cool. Okay, so we can kill Ghost Moss with this. That's really good to know. But basically, as long as you keep doing martial attacks, you can keep the heavenly storm going. And eventually, when you kill everything around you, it will wear off. So I just want to go crazy with this. It's going to be really annoying chasing the orb spiders, but the heavenly storm will kind of force them to come to us as well. Alright, I'm going to do it. Let's just go nuts and let's say that we're maybe going to fight the whole end vault here. And apparently it makes a bunch of noise, I'm assuming. The storm will cease as long as you keep fighting Disciple. That is not how to imagine Sifu Zhang Bao to speak like a pirate. Anyway. Well, this noise is useful. It's going to bring all the enemies to us. And you can use Serpent Slash with the storm as well. It's a good way to up your storm counter quite a lot. But note that you'll be exhausted afterwards, so I think it's probably better to save it for an opportune time. Although if you use it at the beginning and you have a really long storm, maybe you'll get a second use, but that's okay. And I really like this when you're doing this because your tactical moves become kind of crazy. Like right now we can whirlwind this wolf spider while lunging the spark wasp as well, which is distracted, so we can maybe even get a stab on it. We did. We killed it. We reached 18. I think we're going all in dex on this character, if my memory serves correctly. Alright, so we're going to keep going in. We're just going to keep martial attacking if we can. Note that our slaying bonus right now is 20, which if you think about it is absolutely insane, especially when you're attacking really quickly with a dagger. Alright, let's keep going. Here's a ghost moss, which I know is invis. So, oh no, it's back. Okay. So it wasn't a lie. I kind of don't want to get trapped in a position where we can't keep martial attacking. So I think what I'm going to do here is wall jump off the wall, which is also a martial attack. And then we can keep going. Because if I go in this one, we might get trapped in the net as well. So I'm going to jump down. I've got to pick the wall to jump against. Okay, cool. Speaking of not being able to martial attack anymore, right now, okay, because we're surrounded, what I can do here is cause fear. Yep, a bunch of them start running away, and then we keep going. Okay, here's a entropy weaver. I don't want to get, I mean we got plus 16 slay right, what's minus 8 in the scheme of things, but I still don't really want to mess with that. So I think this might be the time to go for our serpent slash. We can try to kill the entropy weaver here. Okay, and note that in doing that, our storm count just went from 16 up to 22. The serpent slash is a good way. Oh, we're starting to actually die here. Okay, I think we're taking a bit too much damage. Alright, so the thing is, you don't want to get too committed to your serpent slash and just completely, to your heavenly storm and just die because you want to keep it going. At some point, I'm probably a bit earlier than this. If things are going poorly, you should call it off. So I'm going to cause fear again. And our situation might be dire enough that I actually want to read a fear scroll. The fear scroll is going to be like a max power spell version of cause fear. Whereas if you look at our power, it's only a little bit over half. So it's going to guarantee, well not guarantee, but it's going to up our chances of working a lot more. So I think I'm going to do that one. Okay, and then I guess we're just going to walk out of here maybe? Or should I read a teleport? Reading the teleport is a safer play, let's just do that. Assuming we don't end up teleporting back into the end vault here. I'm going to cause fear again. And again. Okay. Teleport, perfect. We landed right in the corner. Okay. So we didn't quite get the dream of killing the entire vault in one heavenly storm. Probably if I really wanted to do that, we could have quaffed an agi. Would probably be the best way to go about it. Quaffing might not really necessary when you've got a million slaying. But the agi would just keep us alive. Or maybe even say, we literally have no invis potions, so never mind that one. Alright, cool. And now that everything is woken up in there, oh, there's the Moth of Wrath. Fortunately, we didn't see that earlier. That's extremely dangerous with Emperor Scorpions and Wolf Spiders. I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna try to get that Moth of Wrath to come out so we can fight it on its own and not with the other monsters. Shields to 15, nice. Got there. I just trained one skill for this whole time. It's maybe a record. Okay, so I want to turn my fighting back on and my dodging probably. And they're probably going to stay on for the rest of the game. Now, let me have a look. What's in our spell list? I think a few points of translocations to get the blink spell would be quite useful. Yeah, I think I like that play. We probably don't need much, which is good because we have a -2 aptitude. I'm going to set a target just for 3 and then we'll have a look. Okay, I'm really scared of those guys. Even when you have our poison, you can still get paralyzed by hornets. Alright, so here's another ghost moth. I don't really want to use a heavenly storm just to fight a single ghost moth. While the serpent slash is quite light on piety, so you can spam it, heavenly storm is heavier. So you don't want to spam it too crazily. Well, certainly not just against one random invis monster. Although maybe the Wand of Clouds is actually more valuable, believe it or not. It just occurred to me. Oh wait, no, I already answered this question. Okay. You can't whirlwind invis enemies. Okay. I was just thinking, Serpent Slash makes it so that your attacks don't miss. Martial attacks performed under Serpent Slash. But then I realized that you won't martial attack if you can't see it. I was thinking that would be a really interesting way to kill invis enemies, but alas. Well, do I just fight it? Probably. I only use the Rapier of Electricity. There's not really much point using a Dagger of Venom when it's immune to, well not immune, but resistant to poison. Okay, I hit something. Need a proc lightning. I got it that time. These guys do basically double damage because we have Guardian Spirit. So our magic points are HP, so this guy hits our health and our extra health. Okay, I'm watching my stats as well, just as much as my HP here. We've hit it with lightning a couple of times, so I feel like it must be almost dead. We do have Ice Blast. That will definitely hit because it literally can't miss. Lightning again, so we've hit it 3 times with lightning and it's still standing. Lightning again and it's still up. Surely Ghost Moths aren't Arlek. What am I doing? Trying to do !/M to look up monsters. Ghost Moth. No, they're resistant to poison and cold, but not elect, as far as I can tell. We got lightning again. That's 5 rounds of lightning and it's still standing. Alright, we're starting to drop to the point where I'm getting scared. We're also at 5 strength, which is getting to the dangerous point where we could collapse. Let's have a look if I look up a Ghost Moth. You see its second attack? So it has 3 attacks. The first is damage. Oh, the first 2 attacks can both drain stats. Oh boy. Drain stat, let's see. I think it can do up to 4. Drain stats. No. Okay, so I'm not sure what the max roll on a drain stat is, although noting that it can drain our stats twice in one go. Being at 5 strength is starting to make me feel really uneasy. So we're going to throw the Wand of Clouds down. We got Mephitic, which was just about the worst we could get, because that's not going to work on a Ghost Moth. Am I really going to have to Heavenly Storm just to kill a Ghost Moth? Let me try an Ice Blast. And again. Got it, okay. I felt like it had to be close to dead. I mean, we hit it with lightning 5 times. So even though we want venom against wolf spider, we need one more magic point to be able to cause fear. Alright, it's poison, it's just gonna die. Alright, that was scary. So it turns out I was, in the beginning, very correct to be afraid of ghost moss. And I don't remember, I think we still haven't killed the Moth of Wrath. So I should be a bit careful here. There is the Moth of Wrath that we were just speaking about. I'm going to shut the door. Wasps and moss can't open doors, fortunately. So it's just going to let me fight them one at a time. The Spark Wasp is also susceptible to poison, so it should go down pretty easily. Double Moth of Wrath. Just going to shut the door again. Same play. You can keep the Moth of Wrath on its own. It berserking jumping spiders isn't as dangerous as Emperor Scorpions and wolf spiders, but it is still a bit scary. Alright, so I know there's another Moth of Wrath. I absolutely don't want that anywhere near the Emperor Scorpion, so I'm just going to walk back again, close the door, just make sure it doesn't turn up. Man, he fought off multiple confusing touches there. This guy cannot lunge stab. He was not aware of us, but he was almost expertly moving to not allow the lunge. Oh nice, we got that one. Okay. I'd be surprised if there's a third Moth of Wrath. And translocation's 2.6. Blink is down to 17. We might need a little bit more. Spark Wasp again. I stepped to the right here so that I could walk this distance while not in vision. Okay, it woke up anyway. Never mind. Oh, we got another big room. No, that's not right. I think that's just another door to this chamber. The rune should be in here somewhere. It's probably in one of these corners. I'm going to search around in here, find the rune first. So at least if I die, I can say we got one rune. Oh, we're being watched by something. It's happening again. Translocation goes to 3. Blink is still 14%. I want it to be higher than that. Let's go to 4. We'll do it one at a time and have a look. Also note that translocations went to 3.1, which I don't like. Okay, I don't want to be empty-handed. And do equals I. Put the Rapier of Electrocution on to B so I can switch. It just occurred to me, maybe I could try to blowgun it with... Oh, I don't have any of the confusion needles or sleeping. Okay, never mind. Let me not do this because we're already starting this at 6 strength. Okay, that's a bad idea. I'm going to roll the clouds. Am I really? Or am I really just going to Heavenly Storm to kill it? I'm going to Heavenly Storm. I think and it drops us down to 5 pips of piety, that's alright. But I think our piety is probably the least valuable resource out of our Wand of Clouds and say our strength right now. Oh right, I should be doing martial attacks. Yeah. I started off doing it, there's our rune by the way, and then I stopped because I was like, why am I just whirlwinding the one enemy? And then I remembered, because if I don't, the Heavenly Storm's going to run out and then it will go invis again. But you saw that much easier enemy when you can just see it. And I guess when you also have plus 10 slay, that helps a bit too. Helps out in most situations, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna fear them away preemptively. Oh, I had to. You really thread that orb of destruction around there. It's coming back. Oh god. I'm just gonna walk up and shut that door. Got enough going on just trying to fight these orb spiders. I don't want to deal with a new Emperor Scorpion as well. Yeah, in the spider's nest, for the regular enemy list, actually, can demonic crawlers open doors? Let me just check that before I embarrass myself. No. The only enemy out of regular enemies here that can open doors are the Entropy Weavers. So it's a pretty powerful play you can make against a lot of these Envolts. You just shut the door. It's high tech, I know. Like this. And there's nothing they can do about it. I haven't been doing it. Maybe I should have been. But we can use the blowgun with poison needles to just poison these guys from range. Okay, it turns out we really can't. Alright, there we go. Had to prove my point. It works, okay? It only took us about 8 shots, but we got there. Because they're susceptible to poison, even if you just hit them with the blowgun once, they're probably going to die. But I mean, it turns out it's pretty easy to chase them down with lunge anyway, so it's not a big deal. Blink is at 11% with 4. I'm going to take it to 5. And then I'm not going to go further than 5. I mean, blink isn't extremely necessary on this character. It's always good to have it, the ability to blink. But I mean, Serpent Slash does give us some amount of positioning power already. But still, it would be nice to have both. Where am I going? Shoals. Alright, so we're... oh, there's a ghost here. Hang on. Is there really a Moth of Wrath here? With these Hydras? There really is. At this point, I think we can... There are multiple Moths of Wrath. This is a terrifying vault. At this point, I feel like we can do it, but why? It's a Potion of Resistance. Is that really worth going for? There's also another Ring of Magic, which is effectively like plus 9 HP. That would probably be useful, more useful than a Ring of Stealth would be. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay, so I can... Oh wait, I forgot. What's the ghost? I'm thinking only about the Moths of Wrath, but the ghost is probably just as dangerous, if not worse. I already regret my decision here. Okay, fortunately this stuff going berserk at this point isn't a huge threat to us, but a berserk Hydra might be. I'm gonna go for the fear again. Did not work. We got the Hydra, but not the Moth of Wrath, which is interesting. Let's do a Serpent Slash here, just to make sure we kill the Moth of Wrath. And by that, I mean we didn't even get close. I want it to die before the Hydra comes back. Oh, there are multiple. Right. Okay, maybe I should just be leaving. Oh god, I don't want a Berserk Hydra. Let's pop back out. The Moth of Wrath should be dying. to the poison. And you know what? I don't know why I'm going to all this trouble. We have application. I could very easily just pick, or even without it, I could very easily just pick up this loot and leave. I don't know, I'm such a completionist. Let's pull out our dagger of demon sword to fight Red Sky. Maybe I should not, because I don't want to be chopping off Hydra heads. Go back to the Elec rapier. Oh man, we just got absolutely smashed into that wall by Force Lance. Ghost Force Lance is crazy. I feel like it does way more damage than it's meant to. I sort of don't want to randomly die to this Hydra either. No, we can kill it. if that didn't work, I would have done a Serpent Slash. Remember, it's instant, so you can do some things that you shouldn't be allowed to do. Okay, and now we can just confusing touch this guy. Not so scary on his own. Alright, I'm going to drop the Ring of Stealth. We're going to be walking around in water a lot in Shoals, so we're going to have a stealth bonus anyway. This way we get extra hit points. We've got we do have effectively over 200 hit points right now with 48 magic. That's pretty crazy. Do I want to identify this mace? So we're not really lacking any resistance at all. Although maybe it's got C invis. Nah, couldn't be bothered. And then I think there's another ghost somewhere else. I can see with Control O. A couple. Yeah, we're gonna do a bit of ghost busting here, I think. So D11. Is that right? I'm looking at the annotations down the bottom. On D11 there's a ghost vault, and there's another one on layer 6. Okay, what's in this one? I remember, no, we're not doing this one. Yeah, we're never ever doing this one. This is the super scary one with a Rakshasa and Deep Elf Annihilator. No, that's just absurd. I can find out what's on layer 6 though. If I can find it. Oh, that's a Chaos Demon Trident. That's also not really worth doing. Okay, yeah, no, we're not doing any of these, even for a Potion of Haste. The Chaos Weapon can not only just kill us by paralyzing us, it could banish us, which I don't feel like we're strong enough to deal with. Alright, so both those Ghost Vaults are going to be later. Oh, here's another one right now. Checking our chance to be mesmerized, 5%, pretty low. That's thanks to the Bear Spirit hat. I am seeing an artifact helmet. I can't imagine how good it would have to be to want to replace the hat of the Bear Spirit, but I mean it's technically possible. And we should have a decent time here in Shoals. We're fast in water, so we can run away from the Merfolk just as quickly as they can run after us. Our MR helps us with the mesmerization, and having a shield is really good in Shoals as well, due to all the ranged enemies you find. This is a big vault. That is Dr. Enzyme, a deep dwarf wanderer of McCleb who can only hit for 17 damage. That's kind of pathetic, although it has lots and lots of AC. Okay, well I think this is another one that we just ignore, at least for the moment. It's again a Potion of Haste, which we have 5 of, and again the Artifact Helmet that probably won't be as good as the one we already have. Nice. Yeah, our stealth situation with water is the complete opposite to most other species. So normally, if you're trying to sneak in water, it gives you a malice, because enemies can see your footprints, I guess. but we are a swimming species and a merfolk, so we're more stealthy in water. Got him. A +5 rapier protection. That's such a bad brand. I'm trying to drop it. I didn't even pick it up. Okay, that's fine. Such a bad brand for a rapier that I don't think I want it. But if we ever find another brand weapon scroll, have I seen any actually? /- I think we have. We have not. Okay, so if I find unknown scrolls, we're gonna run back and find that rapier, because that could be a +5 rapier Volek, which would be an upgrade. I was about to say we're going to fall asleep here, which is not so good. And here comes a nymph, which is really scary. I'm almost tempted to pull out a heavenly storm right now, just to make clouds so that we don't keep getting hit by water strike from the nymph. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. This might seem a little bit overkill, but you'd rather be safe than sorry. And then I'm also tempted to Serpent Slash here. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Again. You only live once. Okay. Yep, so we forced the water nymph to come to us. And then in one whirlwind, it goes down. So think about it. We had 23 slaying right there. As we move, we're even faster in water. Wait, that's probably bad for us. Okay, yeah, so we're not going to attack as much. But I was thinking, say we're moving on land, and we have 25 slaying. We're going to stab something twice. We're going to attack them twice as we move. With 25 slaying, that's a pretty absurd amount of damage coming out before the enemy gets to do anything. And look, our storm's still just going. I guess because of the noise, it's drawing more enemies in. What have you got? A demon trident of Olek. Oh man, we really should just use that. If you're playing any regular Merfolk, you would be extremely excited right now to find a demon trident of Olek. But we're not going to do it. Found Yara's Violent Unraveling and Discord. Could describe my days sometimes where I violently unravel while using Discord. These guys are not going down. There we go. Alright, so all in all, I'm actually very happy about that. About that use of Heavenly Storm. I'm not sure quite what's going on with this floor, but we fought some quite high level enemies for Shoals 1. There was an Aquamancer and then a Impaler with a Demon Trident. This is never going to be better than our Fencer's Gloves, but I want to test it out anyway. Cursed plus 0 gloves, great. That last movement did not make sense. I stayed in water, but I could have actually just... So I was here, I could have stepped into lunge attack it, but in my head I was thinking, okay, I want to stay in water so I'm stealthier. So I moved to that tower and then stabbed it. 0 sense. Okay. And we're picking up lots of nets. Another bonus of having shield in Shoals, so you get to block all the nets. This is just a glowing hat. It's a +2 hat of magic resistance and it's white. It looks pretty baller. But again, it's just not better than our Bear Spirit hat. I don't know why I'm trying to use a venom dagger against it. Apparently it's resistant to elect as well, in addition to being immune to poison. So our weapons do nothing against that guy anyway. Note that harpies are resistant to poison as well. They definitely saw me. I don't know why they didn't chase. Alright, I briefly saw a water nymph again, so I then backed up all the way. Here it comes. I want it out of my line of sight, and it's another good enemy to use Confusing Touch on. I mean, what isn't really? But they have really high MR, so they're very difficult to hex. Actually, this explains. Does this explain why I've been seeing all these Aquamances? I think this vault is full of Aquamances normally. Not sure. Okay. Let's go to our Raper of Elec here. Ooh. I see a shiny large shield. Okay, I have to know. I have to know. It's a +0 shield, large shield of reflection. Okay. Well, now I know. We're not going to use that. Here's an amulet that we're going to ID. It's a Guardian Spirit amulet. Okay. So we don't need that because we got it on Bear Spirit already. But that, I don't know, we need to find another really big MR item for me to even want to think about an artifact helmet. I'm trying to pick up flesh. Oh, right, because we picked up enchant weapon. Let's just use it on the rapier. We've been using the rapier quite a bit against our poison enemies, like right now. So it makes sense to use it now and not just wait. Alright, on we go. Oh yeah, our translocation's made it to 5, so our blink's at 3%. Alright, which is perfect. So do I want to train more stuff? We could train some armor. -3 as an aptitude hurts, of course. Or we could train more stealth. Actually, I like that. Let's turn our stealth back on and let's bring that to, say, 20. And just be super stealthy. Oh god. I don't want none of that. That's scary enough just as MfSu, let alone all the other stuff as well. We have another Ghost Vault with, again, Moss of Wrath. This one has an artifact ring. Okay, I'm going to be tempted to go for this one. That's Desreba's Ghost with a weapon of flaming. It's another Deep Dwarf fighter of McLeod. This one can hit for 36 damage, so he does a bit more than the last guy. We'll have to see. MfSu goes invis, which she has already done. I'm just gonna go back up. You know what? If I can stair pull her on her own. Okay, never mind. She's got a whole pack with her. But if I could have pulled her upstairs, that would have made it a lot safer. But alas, again. Hope this third stair is a bit better. It is. Okay, a lamp of fire. Apparently we don't have one of those yet. Grab that in a sec. Let's drop our enchant armor scrolls. We have nothing to use it on. We can just come back and get those if we need to enchant something. Oh yeah, we picked stealth. Okay, I feel like at some point we'll train some armor skill. Let's just have a look. So our hat has base 0 armor. I'm gonna add up all our base armor of all our things. Again, the scarf has none. And we have never found boots in this whole game, right? Or, yeah, we've never found boots even once. Except in a shop for 117 gold. 117 gold for 1 extra AC, plus we could enchant it, is probably worth. But I mean, we've only got 2,300. Okay, fine. Let's go get the boots. I'm not going to enchant them though. I draw the line there. Right, I forgot about those. I remember because I was going to try to acquire one. Alright, so we're adding stuff up. 1 base armor on boots, 1 base armor on gloves, so that's 2. And then ringmail has base armor of 5, so we're at 7. So what we can do is go to the bot here and do !AC and then put our base armor in, which is 7. So for every 3.14 armor skill we train, we'll get 1 AC. That's not that exciting. Although, I mean, to just train the armor skill to 3, I might have to do 3.2. Isn't much of an investment. Fine, we'll get 1 AC. Right, optimal. And then maybe later on, when we've got more experience to go around, we'll train up to 6.28. There's MfSu again. Let's see if we can just dance her up. It's sort of hard to get her because she's going to want to stand back. Yeah. Oh, she blinked away. I just got her into the correct position and she blinked away. She's got a polearm, so she's going to be happy to stand back. Ah, there we go. That was easier. Let's take her back upstairs. Did she not come? She blinked away. Oh my god. Just come up. Okay, she blocked the stairs with her summons and then... Oh god, this is way too dangerous. I thought the stair was safer. Oh, we got slept. Alright, rip. Let's do a fear. It's not going to work on the scary things, but I'm mostly concerned about the dream sheep. Because if they sleep us while, say, MfSu is hitting us, we could take a huge amount of damage really quickly. And I think that this situation might be sketchy enough. No, it's okay. With the dream sheep being slept, I'm just going to do one more wrap around to the stair. Didn't get there. I could try to kill this water elemental. Actually, why don't I confusing touch it? Alright, we got it. Good. Let's go back upstairs. Alright, turns out all our stairs onto Shoals 2 are now probably really scary. Although if MfSu's over the other one, she can't be here. Pointing at my head right now. Really scary to be fighting an Impaler and the Dream Sheep. Reach level 19. Okay, we're leveling up pretty quickly in here. Oh man, there's an alligator snapping turtle in this ghost vault along with the moth of wrath. That's extremely scary. Also, I didn't know this. This is probably something that's going to happen a lot with showing spell ranges. Berserk Other is only a 3-tile range. I did not know that. So apparently a ghost moth can only berserk things that are 3 tiles from it. I always just assumed that if the ghost moth and the monster you were fighting were both on screen together, it could berserk them. So there you go. Now you know. Or now I know. And I guess now you know. This is probably going to happen a fair bit now. Where you're going to see ranges on things that you never knew. And you're like, ah, that's how that works? That's why it's such a good change. Because this stuff, like these ranges, unless you actually looked in the source code, very hard to know. Because even let's say we were to look up Berserk Other, it doesn't even have a page for it. Is that how you spell it? I don't know how to spell things, that's my issue. Berserk Other. Yeah, that's correct. So see, I can't even, it doesn't even have a page for the spell in LearnDB. So you'd really have to look in the source code to tell. It's the only way. But not anymore. What can I drop now? What do we even pick up? An Invis potion at some point? Are we ever going to need Brilliance? I guess if we really need to use it with Cause Fear. Let's drop Enslavement with only 4 charges and no evocation skill. If I'm going to Hex Horn something, I'd probably rather just have Paralysis, because then we can stab it. Alright, Ilsu's gone again. Look at this value. It's just occurred to me, it's been a while since I bothered making summons. Because a character feels strong that I don't even need it. Felt a lot more useful in the early game, where, especially as an escape tool, if any of these 10 speed enemies hit us for a lot of damage, we could have retreated behind our butterflies, etc. But now I'm just killing stuff. Just hoping I could get a confusing touch off on Ilsu. Alright, did I get her? Alright, she's confused. Let's take her down right now. I'm gonna Serpent Slash. Okay, we got the 2 free moves, did not stab her there. And she's unconfused again. Alright, well this is scary. A lot of really scary enemies right here. And Ilsu, and she could go invis at any point. I think this might be Heavenly Storm time again. It could also just be random blink and run away time, but that's not as fun. Yeah, let's live a little. Can make some heaven on earth. Okay, good. Yep, and it's pulling everything in again. Oh boy. Was that actually a real bunch of dream sheep? Or was that... I think it is. Okay, let's get away from those. I really want the water nymph to go down. Alright. I feel better now. Imagine, we've got 28 slaying right now. Imagine this with Song of Slaying as well. That would just be nutty. We're still going. This is another example where a lot of very experienced players, if you spoke to them on Reddit or Tavern, would probably say it's a downside of Heavenly Storm that it makes so much noise. But I think it's really good because it just brought the whole floor in for us to fight with Dirty Slaying. So I think it's an upside. Let's check out Shoals 3 just quickly. Alright, there we go. A bunch of stabbing. Okay, so here's the scroll. So it might be brand weapon, or it might also be summoning was on the list of things we don't know. because I'd really rather not waste a summoning scroll, I'm just going to ID it. And it is indeed summoning. So that was the good play there. How about we drop an Ice Blast one with one single charge on it. Yes! I love stabbing stuff. Oh, I messed that up. Oh, I messed up the lunge. Oh, that's embarrassing. I'm trying to pick up... What am I trying to pick up? Chunks of flesh. I need to make space again. This is the downside of going to buy boots. Half the time we're not even using them because we're in the water, and now it's taking up precious slot in our inventory. Oh, we got enchant armor again. I'm going to turn those off in auto pickup, in fact. We'll run around and find them all later, if need be. This is bad. Let's go for a Serpent Slash and see if we can take down the Aquamancer. It looks like we're really not going to. Those guys are really scary. They do a lot of damage if they just nail you with their spells. And then the water elementals. That's right. There's no point using poison. Come on. There we go. I'm going to say that whirlwind attacking was not optimal, but I was having fun. So, who cares? Alright, well, let's just get one last stab. Perfect. Alright, that's going to be it for this episode. So if you join me in the next one, we're going to do Shoals 4, try to get our second rune. Bye.